Hello. After seeing a number of YouTube videos showing coin collections, I decided to do one of my own. All of my coins are kept in the bank safety deposit box, and I keep nothing of value in my home. The first part of my collection is this Ziploc bag full of old United States coins. These are from the late 1800s, early 1900s, and these are the coins that people usually start with in a coin collection. These include everything you see here, from the old Barber coins to Indianhead cents to Morgan and Peace dollars and 20th century coins. First coin in my collection is an 1804 Drake bust half cent. You'll notice I'm blocking out the cert numbers. That's because lots of counterfeit coins are coming from China, and all the Chinese need is an image of a coin found online with an image of a coin and a cert number. And they have everything they need to make a fake coin a fake holder, so I'd rather not make their jobs easier than it already is, and I prefer not to see counterfeit coins that are based off of my coins in the future. Next is an 1833 half cent. This one is raw, ungraded. This is an 1835 half cent, graded MS64. Still has full original mint luster. This is a braided hair half cent. Half cents are scarce in relation to large cents. Moving on to large cents, I have a Massachusetts Colonial large cent dated 1787. This was struck before the establishment of the United States Federal Mint, struck by a private mint of Massachusetts. This is the first coin struck in the United States to bear the word cent. These are struck in 1787 and 1788 only in denominations of half cents and large cents. Next is an 1803 Drake bust large cent. This is an 1820 coronet style large cent with full original mint luster. This is an 1857 large cent. This is one of the better dates with a low mintage figure. This is an 1861 Indianhead cent. This is the Copper Nickel. It's a thicker Indianhead cent, as opposed to the later dates, which were bronze and were thinner. This is an 1877 Indianhead cent, graded fine. This is the key date of the series. This is a 1908 S Indianhead cent. The S mint mark is located underneath the wreath on the reverse. S mint Indianhead cents were struck in 1908 and 1909 only, and are fairly scarce coins, especially the 1909. This is a 1909 Philadelphia Indianhead cent, MS63. Have quite a few early large cents. Earliest I have in my album is in 1801. Followed by an 1812, 1814, then 1816 onward. These are all circulated large cents, but they're all problem free. The 1821 is a scarcer date, as well as the 1823, which is also a scarcer date of the large cent series. These ran through 1857. This is another 1823. There are two varieties. There's an 1823 plain and an 1823 over 22. And this is 1823 over 22 die variety. This is a hard times token of 1837. Those were struck because of the shortage of copper coins found in circulation. They were struck by private merchants. Indianhead cents and Flying Eagle cents. I have the Flying Eagle cents. Here's 1857. When looking for these, I usually try to find those with well-struck tail feathers. Tail feathers are often weakly struck. Then I have a partial set of Indianhead cents. These Indianhead cents struck from 1866 through about 1873 are reported in the Red Book with very large minted figures in the tens of millions, yet the values are pretty high, and that's because most of these coins never reached circulation. They were melted down by the U.S. Mint and were never released. They were struck, stored by the Mint, and never left the Mint. They were just melted down, and the copper was reused to strike Indianhead cents of the following years. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but sometimes the government does things that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. These later date Indianhead cents are much more common, much easier to find. Moving on to Lincoln cents, I've got a steel Lincoln cent. These are very common coins. In a circulated example, MS64. This is a half dime, 1838 seated Liberty half dime. This is an 1834 half dime, AU 55, with decent luster remaining. This is an 1838 seated Liberty half dime with stars on the obverse. This is not a slabbed coin, it's just a raw coin in a nice holder. This is an 1870 seated Liberty half dime. You'll see United States of America as opposed to stars on the obverse. Here's an 1866 shield nickel, graded AU 58. This has a raise on the reverse. Whereas the later date shield nickels have no raise on the reverse. This is an MS62. With no raise on the reverse. This is a Barber Nickel. On the reverse, you'll see there's no reference to denomination, just reads Roman numeral 5. That was soon fixed. This is in a 1901. An MS62, and you'll see since has been added. This is a 1913 Buffalo Nickel. It's a 1938D Buffalo Nickel. 1938D Buffalo Nickels in high grade are extremely common. This is a Wartime Nickel, 1944. This is a 1938 Jefferson Nickel, nothing too special. This is an 1837 cap bust dime, rated MS61 by NGC. It's an 1839 seated Liberty dime. There's an 1889 seated Liberty dime, graded MS63 by PCGS. There's a Barber dime. This one has blue toning and nice strong luster. It's a Mercury head dime, an MS-66. It's a 1938 Mercury head dime, MS-64, full bands. I have several of these because I like the design and because they're really affordable since they were saved. It's a 1939D and MS-66. It's a 1941 S Mercury head dime and MS-66. Here's a raw, uncertified 1943 Mercury head dime. $1943D. Here's a 1944D Mercury head dime, MS-66. And a 1945S. I'm going to cut this video and continue on with quarters and onward, so be sure to watch part number 2 and onward. Thank you. Be sure to leave comments. Curious to see what everyone has to say about my collection. Maybe you like it, maybe you hate it. Regardless, I'd like to hear it. Thanks.